Let's talk about healing, baby. Let's talk about healing, baby. Let's talk about healing, baby. Let's talk about healing. Let's talk about healing, baby. Let's talk about healing, baby. Let's talk about healing, baby. Let's talk about healing. Let's talk about healing, baby. Let's talk about healing, baby. Let's talk about healing, baby. Let's talk about healing. Let's talk about healing, baby. Let's talk about healing, baby. Let's talk about healing, baby. Let's talk about healing. Let's talk about healing, baby. Let's talk about healing, baby. Let's talk about healing, baby. Let's talk about healing. Let's talk about healing, baby. Let's talk about healing, baby. Let's talk about healing, baby. Let's talk about healing. Let's talk about healing, baby. Let's talk about healing, baby. Let's talk about healing, baby. Let's talk about healing. Let's talk about healing, baby. Let's talk about healing, baby. Let's talk about healing, baby. Let's talk about healing. Hello, hello, hello. This is your girl, Felicia Lynette Refocus, and this is Let's Talk About Healing. We got another hot topic for you tonight. We're getting ready to get on into it. Are you all ready? It's time to talk about healing. Grab your partners, tell them to come on, and let's get this together. Y'all ready? Let's get into it. Hello, 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 everybody out there. This is your girl, Felicia Lynette. Refocus. It's ready. It's time. It's Tuesday. It is 7:30. Y'all already know what time it is. It is time to talk about healing. And absolutely, I got another hot topic for you. I'm ready for this one on today. I'm probably going to step on a few toes, but y'all know how I do it. Your girl don't even most care. I'm just trying to get us healed. And if that means we got to say ouch, if that means we got to say it hurt, if that means we got to say whatever, we just trying to get here, right? Y'all know what to do right about now, right? Let's go ahead on let's tag, and let's share this video on our pages so other people can watch and go and get themselves some healing. Now, y'all know every single time I say go and get yourself some healing, in those comments, y'all put, I believe I will. Can y'all do that for me? Let's make sure that we are taking care of what we need to take care of. And let me go ahead and get a little few things, logistics things out of the way so that we can get into our topic on tonight. As you see, I was calling this the women's fitted t-shirt. I don't want to call it the women's fitted t-shirt because I don't want to step on anybody's toes. So I am wearing a V-neck fitted t-shirt, right? Maybe some men may want to wear a fitted shirt because I got some folk in my gym, y'all, for real. They work out hard and they like their shirts fitted so that their muscles can pop and look like wow. So listen, we ain't gonna argue about that. This is a V-neck fitted t-shirt. So I have on the V-neck fitted t-shirt. I also have on the crew neck t-shirt. The crew neck t-shirt. And on the front of these shirts, it does have the Refocus logo. And on the back, it says, go and get yourself some healing. I believe I will. And then it has the hashtag situations. Now, as we're going into situations, as y'all also see, I have these tumblers, a coffee mug tumbler, and a regular traditional coffee mug. All this stuff can be found on my website at www.felicialynette.net. That is www.felicialynette.net. And in addition, now listen, Y'all don't make me keep saying this every week. If y'all don't have this book is blessing some folks' lives. And we may as well go and get healed, because I really believe it's time for us to live a life full of transparency so that we can get healed and whole. So y'all gonna see me sniffing a little bit because my neighbors downstairs, baby, they got it lit up. And when I say lit up, I mean they got it lit up. Y'all know what I mean. And it's getting in my nostrils. So I may get a little contact high on tonight. What y'all sipping on? Don't make me act up this early in the video. What are y'all sipping on? Your girl got some. This is called Silk by Menage a Trois. And it is absolutely amazing. It's a red blend wine. It's amazing. It's amazing. Y'all do me a favor. Put in those comments what city and what state that you're listening from so your girl can track the footprint and see who we got in the house. Let me say hello to some people before we start. Hey, Demetrius. Hello, Shanora. Hello, Nisha. Hello, Sharice. Hello, Deborah. Hey, y'all. How y'all doing on this here Tuesday evening? It is time to absolutely talk about healing. And I am super ready to get into this topic. Today, we are talking about removing the behavior patterns that you were taught that are no longer needed for the journey you're on. I know that's a long title. I'm going to say it again. Removing the behavioral patterns that you were taught that are no longer needed for the journey that you on. Man, that's good. And when a couple of days ago, I was thinking about some things, you guys. And y'all know how those of us that are parents, we do things because our parents did it, and they did it because their parents did it. And we just do things out of habit, and they become a behavioral pattern, not necessarily what's required, right? We just do that because that's what's been taught. That's what's been passed down. Don't forget to like, tag, and share, you guys. Don't forget to like, tag, and share, and let me know what city, what state you're listening from. What's up, nephew? I see you listening on tonight. Listen, and so we pass those things down to our kids, and we make it become standard. We make it become law. We make it become necessary. You gotta do this because it's just the way, right? It ain't the way. And so I'm finding myself as I'm reinventing myself, rebranding myself, and relearning myself. You know, once you get healed, you have to learn you, because you've been broken for so long that you were a different person. But once you get healed, you have to relearn who you are. You got to now put time and effort and figure out what you like, what's best for you, why you like this direction, making the right decisions. I'm gonna get back to my topic, you guys, but I am tripping myself out with some early on decisions that I'm making. So no secret that am I back on the market? I ain't quite back on the market. I ain't quite back on the market yet, right? Because I ain't ready. But as people are being made more aware that I'm available to date, I'm finding myself watching the patterns that I didn't watch before, that landed me in several situations before, right? And so early on, I'm seeing the things that I ignored before, that I chose to ignore before, and I'm having healthy conversations saying, this is why that doesn't work for me, right? So what we have to do is learn who we are to figure out what works and what doesn't work. And it's okay to take a step back to figure that out. Someone asked me the other day, they said, hey, well, what are you looking for? What would you say your ideal person will be? And I said, I don't know. Because I'm still being defined. I'm redefining me. So why would I have a full definition to that? And I don't want to let anybody force me into an early definition that I'm not ready to give yet. Right? So now relearning myself is also making me pull back some layers, saying, oh, well, this behavioral pattern is stupid. Oh, well, I don't need this any longer. Can I give you a couple examples? Say, go on, give me a couple examples, Fee. Just go and do it. I'm going to do it anyway. One of the most simplest examples is don't leave dishes in the sink at night. Because I'm finna bust y'all bubble. I'm going to drink a little bit because I don't want y'all to be mad at me. I can already see some of y'all say, I can't go to bed with no dishes in the sink. I ain't telling you to do that. What I'm saying is, why does that have to be the law and the standard? I found myself falling asleep in my living room, watching TV, getting up, getting ready to go to bed, and oh my God, there was a cup in my sink, and I was getting ready to have a panic attack. And till one day I stepped back and said, well, what the hell is the problem with the cup being in the sink, Felicia? It ain't finna kill you and nobody else. Go to bed and relax, rest good. Be easy. That made me start focusing on some things in my life that I had added to my life that got nothing to do with my journey. That, watch this, I even use as a guideline and a law for my children. I made them, girl, don't you go to bed. I would wake them up in the middle of the night because they left a cup in my sink. Y'all, real healthy talk. Does that really matter? And is that going to cause you to lose any sleep? And is one cup in your sink going to bring you a roach? Because trust me, if you get roaches in your house, they were already coming, and it wasn't because of one cup. Baby, let me drink something on that because I done made somebody mad. They didn't come from that one cup. Now, don't get me wrong. I ain't saying no whole sink full of dishes, y'all. I get that, right? That could be pretty gross. Get the dishes washed. But don't beat yourself up when things, behavioral patterns that you have taught yourself throughout the years, that has nothing to do with your journey. Don't let that throw you off your path and get you all upset and get your panties all in a bunch. Don't do that. It ain't necessary, baby. We're trying to heal. And in order to heal, you got to remain peaceful. You got to remain focused on the main thing, keeping the main thing the main thing. And that little cup in the sink ain't the main thing, baby. I'm going to bring it on to you, 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 bring it on to you. So how about the street lights? Let's talk about that one. I don't know. I was a get in the house by the street light kid. And it was the most embarrassing thing. It was embarrassing. My mom was raised like that, but we from the South originally. Then we come and bring that into Chicago. Soon the street lights come on. It was Felicia, Rosalind, and everybody laughing. Y'all got to go in. Street lights on. Y'all better go. Do you know that back in the day when they were still lynching us, that the reason that they were told to get in the house when the lights came on or when it got dark outside, because they probably didn't even have street lights at the time. When it got dark outside or before it got dark outside, they told them to get home because if they were found outside beyond the dark hours, they were going to get lynched. And guess what we did? We made that be the standard and the law for our children, and lynching wasn't even taking place no more. Y'all better go get healed and stop making things of the old be the standard for today, because that ain't supposed to be for your life. It ain't, baby. Stop. Don't y'all wonder why grandparents, when they become grandparents, are different, treat the grandkids different than they treated us? Don't y'all wonder why they do that? Because they've learned that all that wasn't necessary. That all that weren't necessary for guidelines or for the journey, or they were doing too much. What y'all sipping on? Y'all ain't told me nothing. Ain't nobody said what we sipping on. Hello, Latanya. Hey, Sir Derek, I see you. I'm gonna call you when I get off of here tonight, Derek. But listen, another thing. I'm finna bust. I may want to say this for a moment. Nah, I'm gonna say it. Now let me read some notes, and I'm gonna come back to this last one because I need y'all to hear this one so good, and I need a couple of more churchy folks. To get on when I say this next point. In order to experience success in our lives, we must focus on personal growth. And what is personal growth? It is the thing that's designed for your personal growth, your personal maturity, your personal peace, your personal space. Personal means individual, for you. Not what worked for mama and them and grandmama and them and Medea and them and big mama and them. Not them. That was their journey. My great grandmother now, when they were growing up, they grew up coming out of slavery years. They were the ones that worked in the field, picking cotton and all that stuff. The things that were necessary for them to abide by are not necessary for us to abide by, because it's not for us. We don't have to live like that. We got a little bit more freedom. We still deal with some racial tension, all of that stuff. We got it. I ain't trying to do away with any of that. We still deal with that. However, but a lot of the things that they dealt with, we are no longer having to deal with. And so we got to make sure that our journey is a personal journey and not a collaborative journey that includes everybody else's things that they had to endure. So the kind of growth that I am talking about is different from what many may instinctively think about upon hearing the word growth. Most of us hearing the word growth, we think perhaps of reading more books or going to school more or getting more degrees and meeting new people, taking up new habits. But there are, of course, many forms of growth, most of which involve us learning what we no longer need. Listen, I was just telling somebody on Facebook, and they were saying somebody told them to go on a vacation by themselves. Never would I have thought in a million years that I would have jumped on a plane and went on vacation by myself. Because to me, vacations are more fun when you got a lot of people. But vacations can also be full of hell when you got a lot of people. You got a lot of opinions. People want to do this. No, I want to do this. And I'm usually the one to say whatever the majority agrees with, I'm down to keep the peace. But I ain't have to keep no peace. I was able to go to the shows I want. I was able to go to the entertainment I want, eat what I wanted, when I wanted. Didn't get up early if I didn't want to. Didn't move if I didn't want to. I didn't have, if I said, one of the days I think I sat there and I said, I don't even want to go out. I'm going to stay in the hotel. I'm going to work on my branding, and I'm going to go downstairs and get something to eat, and I'm going to come back up in my room. And I did that. I wouldn't have been able to do that with the crowd, because the crowd wants to be able to enjoy all of everything. To me, vacation is relaxing and enjoying that. So your level of personal growth is about what your growth level is, or involving your learning what's best for you. Can I say it that way? Learning what's best for you. We have a sense that if we're learning more, we're growing more. But I got a belief system that says, if I am learning what is good for my journey for me today, not what was good for me 10 years ago. I was a different person. Not what was good for me 20 years ago. I was a way different person. But what is good for me today? What's good for me today wasn't good for me then. I wasn't this way 20 years ago. I wasn't this transparent 20 years ago. Listen, you wouldn't have ever told me that I was going to sit up on somebody's live and let people see me drinking a glass of wine. Because I felt like I had to keep that part of my life hidden. But the transparent me says, it don't even matter. Right? This is about my personal growth. And if you don't agree with it for yourself, that's fine. Don't do it. But for me, it's okay. And it's necessary. Can I tell y'all a secret? The first day I did the live for Refocus, for Let's Talk About Healing, and I said, I'm going to drink a glass of wine. I'm going to invite others to drink a glass of wine. The anxiety that I had doing that, because I had never done it before. I knew I was being true to who I was. But the anxiety behind being transparent, because I don't care, when you're on your healing journey, there are levels to being healed. And we're not all the way there yet when we first just step out. I've grown in that now that I don't even care. I don't care who get on and say something about it. Okay, well, you can just click the X and just not listen, because this is my growth. This is my journey, right? So make sure that what you're doing for your journey is for your personal journey. I believe one of the most important forms of growth that we can undertake is unlearning or removing the behavioral patterns that we were taught. Unlearning or removing the behavioral patterns that we were taught. I'm going to go ahead on and give you this one. Y'all know first Sunday, most churches are having Holy Communion, right? Say right, yeah. They have a Holy Communion. And most times, because if you grew up traditionally Baptist, you're gonna see a big table, this do in remembrance of me, big wooden table in the front of the church on first Sundays with a whole communion spread and a white sheet. And then what you see is you see the deaconess or the mothers. You know, we've gotten in this new age of deaconesses. Back in the day, they were just mothers. But you would see the deaconesses and the mothers, and they would come and they would hold up the sheet. And because, you know, we didn't have these little cute cups that we got now. We didn't have, wait, I got one right. Let me see. Oops. Y'all didn't see that, right? Okay, forget that part. We didn't have these little cute cups. Now I'm losing my light. I got to put that back up there. Don't laugh at that, y'all. That was a blooper. Maybe we'll put it back on the blooper because that light hit me in the head. Did y'all see that? Y'all saw that? Okay, whatever. We didn't have these little cute cups back in the day. We had crackers that they would break up, and we had grape juice that they would pour in individual little cups that they had to wash every single time. Man, it's nasty. They're washing them little bitty cups every single time. There's no way in the world you can get them cups clean. Anyway, but we have these cute little cups like this. But they were breaking up saltine crackers and pouring the juice in the cups. And they were holding the white sheet up, right? Y'all, because some churches still do it. Y'all, if you're guilty, don't say nothing. Don't worry about it. But what back in slavery times when they were taking communion, y'all know our churches were made out of the worst if they even had a building. Sometimes they were just outside. But if they had a building, I mean, it was hot. The windows were up. It was, you know, flies and stuff were coming in. The sheet was made to cover the communion so that the bugs wouldn't get it before it was time to take communion. We have made that a sacrificial part of our communion services to make it seem like it's something sanctimonious that we can't let the people sitting in the audience see what we're doing behind this sheet. That was not what that was for. Put that sheet down. Y'all go get y'all some healing and rest your arms on first. But unlearning the behaviorals that we were taught, because we thought that that was just something sanctimonious or part of the process that we had to do for communion. They were just merely trying to keep the flies away. That's all. Because it was hot and the bugs were out. They just wanted to keep the stuff covered so you can take it without the germs and the diseases of the bugs, the bees and stuff getting on it. Y'all, go get yourself some healing. So now, here we are. We got these cute little cups. They're individually packaged, and we're still holding our sheets up. I'm going to get off that because I ain't going to step on too many more toes on that. I want nobody to get mad at me. I don't care. But we got to unlearn things that we were taught in the past just because they were taught to us that way. Doesn't make it right. Let me talk about our healing journey now. Because there's some things that we've carried along with us that we needed to survive, that we needed to make sure protect ourselves. I grew up in Chicago, and we would have codes, so we would say, I'm beat you up tomorrow at 3:15. Meet me outside 3:15 tomorrow. It's on. Well, when I would go home, you know, y'all don't fight today like we fought. We fought with fists and little things and sticks and brass knuckles and stuff. Y'all going to get guns and stuff. We ain't fight like that. But I knew that if I had a fight planned at 3:15 tomorrow, I got to bring something with me, because I may not just be fighting that one person, because if I start beating them, their team going to jump on me, right? All their friends. So I packed my brass knuckles. Or what was those kung fu things that we used to have? Kung fu sticks. I used to hit myself in the head so much, but I carried them because they were supposed to be protection. But I would carry them with me because I knew I was getting ready to go to battle. Well, once the fight was over, to carry that every single day was unnecessary. If I carried it, it was no longer for the journey of that day. It was for the journey of yesterday. So it didn't make sense for me to carry those things, put them away. The things that you needed to protect yourself when you were going through hell, when you were fighting against trauma, when you were battling depression, and now that you're on your healing journey, you no longer need those things. Put them away. You got to unlearn those behaviors. I want to read something, y'all. Really, really cute, really, really nice. My cousin wrote this. She wrote this yesterday, and I had no idea. Hello, Rosie. Hello, everybody else that's listening. Hello, Lisa. I had no idea. We are definitely sister, cousin, best friends because we talk and say a lot of the same stuff and don't even know that we're saying it, right? But I want to go. She posted something yesterday dealing with the same thing, and I just read it right before I was getting ready to go live, and it blew my mind. And so she said, one of the hardest things to do on a healing journey is to unlearn the behaviors you needed during survival. It's unlearning shutting down when a conversation is needed. I'm gonna pause on some of these. It's unlearning shutting down when a conversation is needed. When you're trying to survive and things are coming at you left and right, I was the one that shut down because I hated arguing, and arguing led to fighting. So if I thought it was going to lead me to fighting, I would shut down. Now I have to remind myself it's okay to talk, Felicia. I'm no longer on that part of my life or that part of my journey. I no longer have to shut down. And so I'm having to relearn how to just have normal conversations and say what I mean and mean what I say. I had a conversation with somebody on last night, and I was able to say and articulate very well where they understood me. No raising of the voice. This is what I explained, that this is what I need. And I don't think that this is the time for this particular thing or direction that you're trying to take it in to go. When it's time, we'll know it. But in past, if you read my book, you know, in past, that would have been another situation. I mean, let me just go ahead and say the example. Somebody's trying to date me, right? And all the stuff don't line up. All the I's are not dotted. All the T's are not crossed. It just ain't working. It just don't fit. And I said to them, look, you're a really nice person. Really nice guy. But I don't see myself getting out of this what I need. You're a great person. And in the past, because they were great people, had their stuff together financially, or they had some things together in other areas, I would have said, well, don't give up a really good possibility because of this. Just let that little stuff go. No, that little stuff is important to me. So in past, I would shut down and not say it. Now I have unlearned how not to shut down and say what I mean and mean what I say. It's okay to know what you want and know what you need and know what you don't need. Speak that. Y'all, stop shutting down. Her next point was, it's reminding yourself that not everyone is out to hurt you, so a wall is no longer needed. Man, that is so good. How many of us have put walls up because we were scared of letting people in for the fear of being hurt again? Man, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. Coach T, I don't know where you are. Baby, you should have been on here talking about this one here today. This is absolutely your subject. Don't put those walls up for somebody that's not out to hurt you. You don't have to carry the baggage from one thing that you've experienced and endured in another situation. Situations, y'all saw how I did that. You don't have to carry that. You don't have to cross over that because maybe these people over here are not out to hurt you. I had to learn that just in regular friendships, you guys. I didn't have a lot of friends. I didn't have a lot of friends. And I was scared to have friends because in the past, when I had friends, I found myself always being the one giving and always being the one doing and always being the one going and always being the one cooking. And I was like, I'm burnt out. Until that made me resent having people in my life because I wasn't receiving what I was giving. So I put walls up. Everybody came into my life, I put walls up. It wasn't until last year that my walls came down and I allowed people to be in my inner circle to help me heal. Because y'all, listen, healing is needs a village sometimes. I allowed people to come in that were aiding me in the process of healing. But in order to do that, I had to put the walls down that I had built up because of fear of being treated like I was treated in the past. Her next point is letting go of controlling outcomes when it's completely out of your control. Listen, I could probably write a whole nother book just on that subject alone. Y'all heard me say I used to cook to control others. I didn't even realize that's what I was doing, but I would cook because I knew that they would come over and I wanted company and I didn't know how to be by myself. So I would cook so that they can come to my house because it was a controlling mechanism, a controlling thing that I was doing. I used the food to get them. So I had to let go of controlling the outcome because it was completely out of my control to say if they were going to come or not. I knew if I cooked, they were going to come. Now it's, well, okay, they're not coming, okay. Now I've learned to be by myself though. You gotta put those guards down so that you're not doing the same thing to people what other people did to you. Oh, that was cute and good. You gotta put those guards down so that you are not guilty of doing to others what others have done to you. I have made it up in my mind that never, ever, ever in my life do I ever want to hurt anybody else ever again in life. So, which means I don't want to do to them what was done to me. Her next point is giving yourself permission to love the parts of you that others took advantage of or abused. I was having a conversation with my sister the other day and we were talking about childhood and growing up. And of course she was there with me because my mom's only 2 kids. And her idea of our childhood was totally different from mine. And it's natural. Even though we were there together, we had 2 different perceptions of what actually took place. And how I felt I was treated versus her and my other aunt and uncles that were my age and cousins. Right? But I had to give myself permission to love the things about me that others complained about. The clumsiness. I'm clumsy as hell. Y'all, I used to stand up and just fall. Now I've learned to laugh about that now. When I walk through my gym sometimes and I'm just doing a walkthrough, I'll just trip. Nothing is there. I just tripped over my own feet and the floor. Wasn't a bump there, wasn't a stick there, nothing was there. I just tripped. And I laugh at it. Because I've learned to love that about me. I'm clumsy. I know it. I can jump up and hit my leg on this table and I'll say, oh my God. And then I'll laugh about it later. I had to learn to love the things that other people complained about. Yep. It's okay. There are things about you that people complained about. There are things about you that people abuse. Those that were abused sexually. Most people that were abused sexually have a hard time when they get with a mate enjoying sex. I'm going to let y'all pause on that one real fast. I'm going to let you pause on that one because if you're on here and you've ever been in a predicament where you've been sexually abused, 1 or 2 things happen, or both. You become very promiscuous or you hate sex. The fear, the mere thought of anybody touching you drives you crazy. But on your journey, give yourself permission to love what others took advantage of, what others abused. It's okay. Y'all, God intended for sex to be a beautiful thing between husband and wife. He did. He intended for it to be a beautiful thing between husband and wife. And those of us that aren't married, just pray for us. This girl right here is crazy. And she is thrown off. Y'all, listen. This ain't church. I told y'all that, right? This ain't church. I cracks myself up sometimes. But it's a beautiful thing. He intended for it to be a beautiful thing. Love the thing that was taken from you, the thing that was stripped from you, the thing that you were abused with, the things that that people took advantage of. Man, I had a moment. That was a Selah. Please forgive me. But there were things in my life that people took advantage of that I had said, I'll never do that again. Yeah, I don't want to not do it. Early on, if you read the book, you saw in the very first situation, cooking was a coping mechanism for me. Every time something went on, I would go in the kitchen and I would cook. And I would cook I'm not the kind of cook that just go and fry some chicken and make some mashed potatoes and green beans. No. I gotta fry some chicken. I gotta cook a roast, maybe do some ribs too, and some links, and then I gotta do some corn. Then I gotta do some greens, and it just be me. It was a coping mechanism that I would just cook everything in sight. And so then I got burnt out that I got to the point that by the time I was in the last situation, I was like, I ain't cooking. By the time I got to the end of the last situation, not throughout it, I was like, I don't feel like cooking. Everybody get on there. You want some Subway? I'll get you some Subway. You want some Burger King? I'll get you some Burger King. I ain't finna cook. But now, in this healthy space that I'm in, I get to cook when I want to. And it no longer has to be a coping mechanism for me. And I enjoy it when I do it. I had to learn to love the things that other people took for granted or took advantage of or abused. And it's okay. Y'all, go get yourself some healing. Don't allow others to strip you and rip you of what you actually need, and don't carry what you don't need into your next part of your journey. Her last piece of this says, if y'all know Coach T, y'all tell her thank you for these points. These are her points. They're not mine. She said, healing is perfecting the power of unlearning what no longer serves you. I know. It's not that simple. Neither was your season of hurt. Decide today that healing would be an intentional effort and go pursue the you that is dying to come out. Man, can I just read that again? Because that is really good. I told you I just read this post right before I got ready to get on the live and saw that this is what she talked about on yesterday. Healing is perfecting the power of unlearning what no longer serves you. I know. It's not that simple. It ain't. It is not that easy to unlearn behaviors that you've been doing for 50 plus years. It ain't that easy. If you have gotten in a habit of saying, I can't go to bed with that cup in my sink, it's going to be very difficult for you to unlearn that behavior. If you've gotten in the habit of telling your kids they got to come in because the street lights are on, it's going to be very difficult for you to unlearn that behavior. If you're in the church and you're holding that sheet up to your communion, it's going to be very difficult for you to unlearn that behavior because you taught the people that this is the way we got to do it. You don't need that sheet. Ain't no bugs. I'm sorry. I'm not trying to make light of that. But unlearning the things that no longer serve you, the sheet no longer serves you. You got a whole communion cup that's already covered. Put the sheet. Yeah, I hope my pastor ain't on here because he gonna get me. I think we still hold the sheet up. Sorry. Apostle, if you're on here, I'm so sorry. No, I'm not. Put that sheet down. We got these cute little cups. They're already covered. All right. Healing is perfecting the power of unlearning what no longer serves you. It's not that simple, but neither was your season of hurt. If you have done the work to get out of your hurt, the things that you use as coping mechanisms, the things that you use as defensive tools, the things that you use to cover up a wound, it's almost like putting a Band-Aid on a sore that is healed. I no longer need the Band-Aid just because the bruise is there, just because it left an ugly scar. I have to put a Band-Aid on this. Because the Band-Aid serves to protect the wound from anything getting into it so it can heal properly. Oh my God. Listen, I'm blessing myself up in here. The Band-Aid serves to protect the wound so that it can heal properly. right? So you cover it up. That's what we do with the things that we carry along with us when we are hurting. We take things and we put it on ourselves and we cover it up so people don't see that we're hurting. But once you heal, baby, take the mask off. Remove the Band-Aid and walk around with your free self saying, listen, baby, I'm healed. It's okay if I drink this glass of wine because it's okay. I no longer have to cover it up. I no longer have to go and hide in my room. I no longer have to go sit in the restaurant saying, hey, can you pour the wine in this kind of a cup and give me a clear straw? I ain't got to say that no more because I'm no longer hurting in that area. Go get yourself some healing. Take the Band-Aids off and remove the thing that you have taught yourself or the behavioral patterns that you thought that were necessary while you were hurting. Now that you're healed, you don't need them, baby. You don't need them. I'm sorry, she got one more thing down here, and I done got caught up in this little Band-Aid piece because that just blessed me. Decide today that the healing will be an intentional effort and go pursue the you that is dying to come out. Y'all, you have walked around with something covering your face like a shield. Or, this is going to be good. I don't even have, yes, I do. I got one right here. Get me, hold on. While COVID is here, we're still wearing masks. We're still protecting ourselves because we've gotten COVID. Those that have gotten vaccinated and have gotten their booster have decided if I've gotten vaccinated, if I got my booster, I'm not wearing a mask. So that, whatever floats your boat. I still wear my mask. I like it. It's okay. But when COVID when God ever let it lift, so I don't know, I feel like this is a play, we're in the Old Testament or something. Whenever he allows COVID to be lifted, whenever it leaves us, and if we're still walking around with our mask on, but our land has been healed, why would you still want to cover up if the land has been healed? If God has gone through our entire country, land, world, and healed our land from this ugly disease, we shouldn't have to cover up any longer. We can take the mask off. So while you're on your healing journey, the things that you needed in the season of hurt, the things that you needed because people had taken advantage of you, the things that you needed because people had abused you or abused your rights, now that you're being healed, baby, you don't need them anymore. Take that down. Take that mask off. Burn it. Pull the Band-Aid back. So what? It's going to show a scar. But just like y'all know, I always got to quote a scripture. Just like when the man was wrestling, when Jacob was wrestling with the man in the Bible. And he walked away with a limp. Y'all remember that part? The limp didn't mean that he wasn't healed. The limp meant that it was indicative that he had been through a fight. But baby, he was able to live to tell about it. He was healed. He had been through a battle. He had been through hurt. He had been through wrestling with this man. He walked away with the limp. But walking away with the limp only just meant it was a scar. And can I tell you something? I would rather trust somebody that got a scar than someone who doesn't have any scars. See, y'all look different from me. I'm talking to the church people today. Talk to the church folk. Y'all church folk today are different. Because y'all go looking for churches without any blemishes or people that ain't never messed up before. When y'all find them, can y'all let me know? Because I ain't. Don't worry about it. Anyway, y'all go looking for perfect people and perfect pastors and the perfect church and the perfect choir and the perfect choir director and music. Y'all go look for perfection. Not me. That's not what I go look for. I go look for the jokers that have gone through some of the same hell that I've gone through but live to tell about it. Because if God showed himself faithful to them, not only will he show himself faithful to me, but they'll be influential in helping me fight this journey and this battle. Baby, I am healing, helping somebody up in here today. Y'all better go and get yourself some healing. I told my apostle a couple of weeks ago that I heard God say nobody else would have been able to carry me to push me to this next season except him. Because he been through some of the hell that I've gone through. And he came out of it. And came out of it victorious. You don't get to go through that much hell and don't know that God is good. Listen, if you ain't been through nothing, who you finna tell somebody something? Y'all be in y'all mind saying, oh, I don't want to go talk to them. How she gonna tell me something about marriages when her marriage didn't work? That's the perfect somebody to tell you. Y'all better hear me good. You don't want somebody to tell you how everything was perfect. This ain't no Cinderella love story. You lost your glass slipper and he came and put it on your foot and you live happily ever after. This marriage ain't that. It ain't that. You better go talk to some people that have gone through hell and live to tell about the hell. They can tell you what not to do so that you can know how to make sure things work. Y'all better go and get some healing because your girl talking good up in here. Up in here. Make sure that you learn how to remove the behavioral and patterns that you carry during your hurting season. You don't need them in your healing season. I wouldn't dare put a Band-Aid on here. My sister asked me the other day, she said, what is this mark on your arm? I can't figure out which way to turn my arm. Okay, there it is. What is this mark on your arm? I said, girl, you know I'm clumsy. I was pulling a pan out the oven and I laid my whole arm on that pan. I said, and you can only imagine what came out of my mouth when I laid my whole, y'all, I never would have told y'all I cuss. I don't care. Because baby, some words came out of my mouth that day that it was not nice. And I was like, the blip, bleep, bleep, bleep. Like every other word would have been bleeped out if I was on TV. And I put some ointment on it. And then I covered it up. But now, this same scar reminds me when I'm getting ready to take my pan out of the oven, baby, put your long mittens on that go up to your elbow because you know you're clumsy. Like the scars remind you of what to do so that you can know how not to do the same thing again. I want to trust you if you got some scars. But if you ain't got no scars, I don't know what to tell you because I don't know what you could tell me about my journey. Don't cover it up no more, y'all. Move this stuff back. And listen, it ain't going to be easy. Day by day. Step by step. You got to go. I just told y'all that I'm relearning me, right? You got to go and figure out what is working for you now. What works for you now? What is beneficial for you today? Because what was beneficial for you in last season may not be beneficial for you in this season. Y'all gonna get yourself some healing. This is your girl, Felicia Lynette. I am your sister, your cousin, your auntie, your T-Ma, somebody. I'm your friend. It's your girl. Go and get yourself some healing. Thank y'all so much for joining. If you have not already purchased your book, y'all know what to do. www.felicialynette.net. Go on that website and do so. And please, please, please go on Amazon or BarnesandNoble.com. Search for the title of the book and go and leave a review. If you have your book, go and leave a review. Can you please do that? Go and leave your review. You can also find every product here that I've showed you today on my website. Y'all go on and buy that stuff. Come on, help out your girl. Now, I want to be able to say we've been on this journey forever, but I know what God showed me. Y'all better come on, go on this journey with me. Don't let me blow up and then y'all be like, oh man, I should have got that book then. Now it's $50. I'm just kidding. I'm only kidding, y'all. I'm only kidding. Just go get the dollar. I cracks myself up. Y'all, go and get the book. Go order y'all a shirt or a cup or something. Go on that site and get what you need to get. Thank y'all so much. I appreciate y'all. I love you. Anything you can do about it, go get yourself some healing, all right? Because I believe I will. Thank you so much for joining us tonight for another topic with Let's Talk About Healing. This is your girl, Felicia Lynette Refocus, and it has been amazing sitting with you on tonight. Listen, don't forget, we're live every Tuesday at 7:30 p.m. Central Standard Time. Join us. Don't meet us here, beat us here. Be ready with your pen and paper. But do me a favor. In the meantime, go on and get yourself some healing. I believe I will.